Hey, everybody. Actually, hold on. Let me turn this fan off so you don't have to listen to me over the top of the fan. So, how is everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July and that everybody's doing well. Uh, so, we're going to talk about how worried should we be about Iran. Okay, so we're going to jump into that topic here in a little bit. I did a video earlier today, so we're going to kind of touch on that a little bit and, and kind of go from there. So anyway, so today woke up this morning and it was absolutely gorgeous out. I mean, but it was really, really warm and muggy. So I decided to make a trip today for a young man that I used to take care of. And so I went down there, and it's about, I don't know, about a 65-mile ride to his place. So I went out there, and God, it breaks my heart. I mean, this kid, he is 28, 29 now, I think. I started taking care of him when he was 10 years old. And I worked for his family off and on 3 different times. And he's just a great kid, great kid. And now he can't even talk anymore. And it's rough. It's really, really rough. And it's hard to see. It's hard to see somebody that you care about decline like that. But what are you going to do? Unfortunately, it's part of life. But so I visited him, and then I went and saw my stepdad. And so when I met my stepdads, we're sitting there shooting a breeze, and all of a sudden the downpours came. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a fun ride home. So I can officially say that I got caught in the second worst rainstorm that I've ever been caught in. But unfortunately, this one was much longer. So the last one I got caught in, maybe 20 miles I had to ride in the rain. This time it was 60. But the last 10 was pretty good. But, wasn't too bad. But, it made it an interesting drive, I can tell you that. All right, so let's get on topic. Let's get going with this. Before we start, I do want to say, please be decent, everybody, and to each other. Let's be kind in the chat. If you are not, you can see my moderators lit up there in blue. They will remove you and your comment and block you because I don't want to have that on my channel. Okay, so just wanted to put that out there right from the very start. Very family oriented channel. So please keep it clean. Okay. So that's that. So let's get into the topic. So do we need to be worried about Iran? Now, Iran is threatening to retaliate from their tanker. It was taken in the Straits of Gibraltar, so a long ways away. They had gone a long way around, but they were stating, meaning the British were stating that that oil tanker was headed to Syria, and it had about 2 million gallons of oil on that. So they were taken over there by the UK. And so, they're all pissed off, of course, because they got intercepted. And so they're threatening retaliation now and stuff like that. And I see these type of things as little, it's like a fighter, like when you have two fighters going at it and they start, feeling each other out in the beginning. And, just trying to see what the other one's defenses are in those type of situations. And that's what's going on right now. What are we going to take? What are we not going to take? And what's going to be the breaking point? So, unfortunately, I think that you're going to see acceleration of stuff. And I say unfortunately because I don't think war is always the answer for everything. I just don't. I think that there's better ways to do things. There's better ways to resolve issues. They're definitely feeling the effects of the stranglehold we're putting on them, just like Venezuela. I mean, let's be realistic. And so, we are still, until somebody knocks us off that pedestal, the United States is the biggest bully on the block. So, and what worries me more is that Russia wants a warm weather port and they would side with Russia or Iran. You're right. They would side with Iran because they get a lot of their oil from Iran. So, there's that issue for sure. And there's definitely issues, a lot of issues going on. And so there's a lot of things to pay attention to, of course. But hey, Going Old School, thank you very much. He said, new to the channel, doing a great job. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And welcome aboard. Welcome to Prepper Nurse One family. And but anyway, Syracuse. Very nice. So anyhow, that's obviously New York. So anyway, guys, there's all these different little things going on right now. I tell you the way I look at everything. I look at every day as an opportunity to be more prepared, to be ready for whatever's coming. Getting your information in order. I've talked a lot about this. What I want you guys to think about in a grid down situation, the flow of information is not going to be there. So how are you going to get your information? How are you going to, figure out how to do things? Okay. So, and I've talked about this a lot, is having things in hardcover, having things printed off so that you have it, so you can read it, so you can see it, and those type of things. I think that's really, really important to do, because if there is a major SHTF situation, we're not going to be going on the internet. Okay. They would control that 100%, and they would shut it down. Wolfgang just said, hit the like button, guys. If you would do that, I would appreciate that. If you could hit that like button, that would be great. And thank you ahead of time. So, but having information and having things ready in that aspect, I think, is a really huge step. Doesn't cost a lot of money, downloading stuff off the internet, and even into files, if you want to do it that way, as long as you have something that you could put into like a Faraday cage. You can have those type of files that way too, but I would also have it, again, in hardcover if I can. And I have a tremendous amount of books on a lot of different topics, and so I do that myself. So I'm not asking you to do something that I wouldn't do myself. I never, ever ask you guys to do something or give you advice to do something that I would not do myself. So when I talk about things, I talk about things from my own perspective of looking at things, and so that's definitely the way, like I said, that I would do it. But I think there's things to be concerned with Iran. I think there's things to be concerned with Russia. And everybody forgets to talk about that sleeping giant in the back row, that big kid that sits way in the back there, that's not making a lot of noise right now, called China. That's an issue too. China's playing its own little game with Taiwan right now, wanting to extradite people that they call criminals, to be brought back to mainland China and to be prosecuted. So there's that whole situation there. Their expansion in the South China Sea, those things there, and they're doing it very, very quietly and working on doing what they want to do. And so that's something to pay attention to too. That could definitely, Hong Kong, I'm sorry, yes, ICU 18, yeah, ICU 12. I'm sorry, yeah, Hong Kong, not Taiwan. I'm sorry, yep, you're right. I don't know why I said Taiwan. I knew what I meant, but it doesn't always come out clearly. So yes, Hong Kong. Was it? No, not. Is it Hong Kong? Okay, well, whatever. But there's a lot of issues going on right now in that whole area of what they're doing. Robert Blake says Taiwan is next. Well, you know what? Like I said, China is not biting on the trade deals. JJ just said that. You're right. They're playing games. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on back and forth right now. But you got to remember, China exports way more stuff to us than we do to them. Okay? So, and if you want to go with that whole trade war thing, they're the ones in the long run that are going to get hurt way worse than we are from that situation. So those are things to definitely pay attention to. Yeah, Hong Kong, Britain had to give it back after their 99 years. Yep, okay, yep, you're right. I remember when it went back to China, because the UK had to give that up. I remember that whole thing. And but Pacemaker 83, hey Ed, new subscriber. How you doing tonight? And welcome to the live stream. So, and I see everybody saying hi, Ed, and I appreciate that, guys, and hi to everybody. But we really need to continue to pay attention of what's going on around the world. I'm telling you, I truly believe it might be something that jumps out, guys, something that happens that comes completely out of left field, and we're going to be like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Because right now everybody's focus, I mean, as it should be, is a lot with the whole Iran situation. There's a lot of focus on that right now. So it's definitely in the forefront of everybody's mind, and they're thinking about it, and they're watching that situation. But it could be something totally different that jumps off from someplace else that we never expected. And so always look around, pay attention to what's going on, because it can happen in a minute. And just in the next thing you know, we're at war over something stupid, and that's what happens, unfortunately, quite a bit. So, that those are, like I said, those are things to definitely pay attention to. Like I said, the Iran situation, definitely something to pay attention to. I've talked about it a lot. I think that there's a real possibility. I think the powers that be want war, in that area. Hey, Thomas Turner. Thought I was nuts today. Market is so greedy. A good job report, and bankers want more free money. Inflation. Oh yeah, no, I saw that they had a good job report today, and thank you very much for that donation too. I appreciate that. Yeah, I saw that the jobs report was better than expected. All those numbers, guys, with Wall Street and all that type of stuff, those are always played with. They are how realistic they are. Okay, so if you created all these jobs, okay, let's give a great example. Okay, so let's say you lost 100,000 manufacturing jobs, good paying jobs, 20 plus bucks an hour, but you've created 200,000 jobs over here, but those are minimum wage jobs. Okay. So the trade-off is really not there, but it looks really good on paper because you're at a plus 100,000. But realistically, you have these people are having to work twice as hard to get the same money that they used to get. A lot of people are experiencing that right now, and that's a really, really hard thing. When all the manufacturing jobs went overseas, that's what happened. Is a lot of these people lost really good, high-paying jobs. And there's no, like I said, where's the quality jobs? Exactly. Now, there's different jobs out there if people want to work. There's always going to be work out there, always, okay? But just skilled labor, it's a lot harder to find. Nowadays, it's hard to find your plumbers, your electricians, your carpenters, because a lot of kids are not going into those fields because they feel it's beneath them and they don't want to work. They don't want to get their hands dirty. I mean, that's the reality of it. I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm just saying it like it is. So you have a whole group of kids that won't even think about those fields when, if they went into those fields, they could make a very darn good living and do very, very well. So, we got, I have an electrician that lives down at one end of the street from me, and I have a plumber that lives on the other end of the street. And both of them have done very, very well for themselves because they're always in demand. They're always working. They always have jobs. They both work for themselves. And, how can you go wrong there? You know what I mean? So that's, jobs in the oil fields. There's definitely jobs in the oil fields. I know that those things are going on all the time, so, but, yeah, so there's a lot of, like I said, and guys, if you haven't yet, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. I'll say it a few times. I know it probably gets monotonous and a pain, but people are coming in and out all the time of the chat. So if you haven't yet, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, like I said, I would appreciate that. So anyway, a couple things I did want to mention, again, with that whole situation with the craziness over there, it is definitely, like I said, keep an eye on that because, like just even with the situation with the oil tanker, I'm sure because somebody has said that we had it under surveillance the whole time, and I'm sure we did. We pay attention to everything. So, those are, yeah, right. There's no pain in the receiving. Yeah, exactly. But, we're going to push that envelope, I think, until it gets into that shoving match to that point where people are not going to put up with it. Most people are taking advantage of the welfare 27 and under factories are hurting. Prepper Nick just said that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. Yeah, a lot of people are definitely taking advantage of the welfare system. I have known people through the years that have played that system and played that game. And, I believe, see, this is my belief, okay? Welfare or in those type of programs like that should be a helping hand, a stepping stone to bring you up, not to be a lifelong thing. Now, they've limited now where before it used to be a lifelong thing and people would get on it and they would be on there forever. If Britain is attacked, they do have nukes by Tehran. Yeah, no, Great Britain would not put up with nonsense either. Absolutely not. So, but anyway, so, you have that type of situation, like I said, with that. I completely lost my train of thought, guys. I apologize. And I'm fine. I took a nap when I got home and everything. But no, but like I said, with that whole situation, you there's crazy stuff happening with that. If that jumps off, like I said again, it might not even be us that starts it. Let's say it was the UK. Okay, what if it was the UK that got into something first? We're going to back the UK. They're one of our allies. So, and that pulls us right into it as well. In Texas, emergency food stamps are limited to 3 months and per 3 years. Okay, getting back to that. Okay, now I know what we were talking about before, and thank you for saying that. With the whole welfare system, if they're helping people to better themselves, or you use it as a temporary stopgap, like food stamps as an example. Okay, I actually had one time in my life that I had to use food stamps, and I went in and I told the lady, I said, and I'll never forget this because I was humiliated to have to do it because I was very, very prideful, I guess is the right word. I didn't want to ever have to do it, but I had 2 young kids that needed to have food, and I was not working at the time. And so I went in and I said, listen, I'm starting this new job, but it's not going to start for like 6 weeks. I need like 6 weeks worth of food stamps. And the lady was like, and she puts everything in the system and she goes, you've never asked for help before. I go, no, and so she was very surprised. And so she said, well, would they give you food stamps for 6 months? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't need it for 6 months. I said, I need it for like 6 weeks, so, and they were like, well, you get it for 6 months. So, I got the food stamps and I just never renewed it after the 6 month period of time. But I'm going to tell you what, that really helped. We were in a situation where we needed some help in a short-term period. And so, that's what we did. And I went and asked for it. And I was lucky enough to be able to get it because, I was a single dad with 2 kids, that were young. And so we needed help. And but I mean, for the most part, guys, I'll tell you what, I've worked my entire life. But again, I was in a period where I had gotten hired for this job and it was a good job, but it was just going to take a period of like that 6-week period before I could start. And so I was like in that window where like, how am I going to get by for the next 6 weeks? I got kids don't want to stop eating, so, but, if we use that system to help people, then the VA offers unemployable benefits. Yeah, but JJ, I was getting a job. I was having a job. I had a job lined up. It's just that it couldn't start for 6 weeks out. So it wasn't that I was unemployable, that I just had to have that little bit of help in that window. But again, with people, if they need help, I think that they should get that help. And so that's why I think it's really, really important to have those programs available, but it should not be something that you use forever and ever and ever. That's kind of where I wanted to go with that. If we can retrain people and get people to where they can go out and get a job and make a decent living, I think that that's a good thing as well. So, but we need better jobs for people can work full time and afford food. You are absolutely right, April. I agree with you. People need to have proper training, and it's helping out people to help out the system. It's more viable for people to have a job, to be making money, to pay it back into the system through taxes and whatnot. And when they go shopping and they're paying more taxes, and I mean, every time you turn around, we're getting taxed. Okay. So these things happen. But, if we work on things and make our country better that way, I think it would be fantastic. Biggest problem, we have 2 huge problems in this country right now. And the drug epidemic is huge. Okay. We have a huge drug epidemic in this country. And the homelessness of so many people, especially our veterans. And I'm going to keep hammering on that one forever because I don't care, because I'm a veteran. And I think that our vets should be treated much better than they are. Okay, that's just my opinion on that. I think that if they need help with, getting through any kind of addictions and stuff like that, I think they should get it. So that's my opinion. And I realize that the Army is a volunteer army, but that's not the point. The point is they serve their country. They should be entitled. I don't like to use the word entitled, but they should be able to get help, to make themselves better, to not have to live on the streets and stuff like that. That's just my opinion on that. Yeah, not just training. Everything went up except for wages. You are absolutely right, April. Everything continues to go up except for wages. It's crazy how things go. So yeah, it's absolutely makes it's the world is nuts right now. I don't know how a lot of people make it. When we had the kids, when my ex and I had the twins, and we already had Josh, because Josh was 5 when I met my ex-wife. We had 3 kids, and we had agreed and we had talked about it. Once we found out that she was pregnant with the twins, if she had to have the C-section, she was getting her tubes tied. If she didn't have to have the C-section, I was getting a vasectomy. Well, she ended up having to have a C-section because one of the babies was breech. So that's what we ended up doing. And so she ended up getting her tubes tied. It's called being responsible. I said, you know what? We can afford 3 kids. I can't afford 6. So we did the responsible thing, and we made sure that we didn't have any more children. And I think more people need to take that responsibility. And I think it's important. There's too many people out there, guys, not taking care of their responsibilities. A lot of games are played, okay, by both the wife, the husband, and the children are used as a pawn, which is a horrible, horrible thing. It is the worst possible, thing you can do to a child, is use that child as a pawn. I have never done that with my ex, and I never would. She's their mom, always has been their mom, always will be their mom, no matter what. Just because her and I aren't together anymore, it doesn't change that fact that she is the mother of my children and that I'm the father, obviously. So, it's just be doing the right thing. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. It really, really doesn't. But unfortunately, there's a lot of women and there's a lot of men that will use those children as a pawn, and it shouldn't be that way. So my husband has VA medical benefits, but there is income restraints. Yeah, I know that they do that as well. I definitely know that they do that. They want us all on weed. All the states are all passing the bill. Yeah, I know Donna, I know they decriminalized it in New York State. If you get caught with less than an ounce of weed, it's like a $50 fine now. And if you get caught with less than 2 ounces of weed, it's like a $250 fine. Eventually, marijuana will be legal throughout the entire country. It is a money maker, and they want their finger in that pie. That is the bottom line. So, that is, that's always going to be there. They're going to want that revenue. So I know they just legalized it in Illinois, recreational marijuana. But see, here's the hidden game. Let's think about the hidden game here. So a lot of places did medical marijuana. So you get your medical marijuana card. But I don't know if you guys knew this or not. If you get your medical marijuana card, you are not allowed to have guns. So it's a very subtle way of gun control. And that's what they do, because so many people, all they care about is getting high. Weed is a portal for demons. I don't agree with that, but that's okay. You can believe whatever you like. Weed is just like alcohol. If used, too much, you can have problems with it. Like I said, I've told you guys, I've talked about this before. I've always been very, very honest. I used to smoke a lot of pot when I was younger. But for me personally, if I smoked pot at 8 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night, that was the end of my day, because all I cared about was seeing how much higher I could get and having something to eat. That was it. So for me, myself, I had to put it away and not use it anymore, because I had things that I wanted to accomplish and things that I wanted to do. Now, I know other people that can smoke all day long and function perfectly fine. I could not. So I made the decision for myself to put it behind me, and that's it. And that's what I did. So, but again, everybody has their individual things. I know that, because weed ain't a drug, it's a medicine. Well, it's a plant, but and it gets you high, and it's like, like I said, if you can keep people controlled, drugs, alcohol, whatever you want to say it, prescription medication, then you will not get up and fight and deal with the real true problems. So if I can keep you drunk all the time and get you addicted to alcohol, and all you give a crap about is going out and having that next drink, you're not going to ever focus on what the true problems are in this country, which, once again, and I will say it, is our government, okay? If I can keep you on opioids and keep you on those pills and keep you in la-la land, you're not going to worry or care in the world about anything else except that, what are the Kardashians doing? I mean, that's how it goes. And that's the people, that's the mindset of people. But it's like, antidepressants are the same freaking thing. Here's the problem, with antidepressants. Once they get somebody on antidepressants, they're on there forever. Okay. Life sucks sometimes. Okay. It really, truly does. But it's how you deal with it and how you get through it and how you process it. And if you're on a pill to block how you feel about something, you're never going to deal with that situation. You're never going to get past that situation. So that's just my take on that. It's a catch-22, but you know what? We have to deal with life reality. Sometimes things are not great, Life sucks. Get a helmet. Yeah, I hear you, Kevin. I hate pills. I hate pills, period. I take nothing. The last time I went to the doctors, they said, "Oh, we need you to write down the list of the medications that you're on." And I said, "Well, that's really easy." I said, "None." She goes, "You're not on any medications?" And I go, "No, I don't take anything." So, but that's my choice. Okay. So that's just, everybody's has, things that we got to deal with. I was talking to, Richie's mom actually tonight. And I said, all of us guys, everybody watching this show, everybody in the world, myself, we're all going through something. We all have something that we're dealing with. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but we all have crap that we're dealing with. Okay. So, if somebody acts like a jerk, there might be more behind that, why they're acting that way, than we think. Okay. So those are things I want you to think about too. Maybe something in that they're not talking about is going on that's really upsetting to them. So they're going to lash out. That's what a lot of people do. And so, like I said, I'm a big believer in trying to put out that positivity. Hey, Thomas Turner, keep getting good people together. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Thank you. So my antidepressants control my migraines, which made life unbearable. Well, again, you know what? Like I said, Debbie, that's great. I'm glad that works for you because of that. That's awesome. But there's a lot more. If you do the research, there's other holistic ways that you could hopefully control those migraines without taking pills. They're out there. There's other options. And my suggestion to anybody, definitely explore other options, I smoke. I know I shouldn't. Well, you know what? And that's the other thing. A lot of people smoke cigarettes, and this is, I'm going to tell you what, guys, and this is the thing that absolutely kills me. I am a non-smoker. I quit smoking at 16. Started at 12, and I quit at 16. I was up to 2 packs a day by the time I was 16. And I just quit. Cold turkey, boom, done. I'm not doing it anymore. That's how I've always been. I have a very strong constitution. Lucky that way. Very pig-headed and bull-headed, as my one buddy would say. But this is what kills me. It is okay to go up to anybody if you see them smoking. Oh, you're smoking? How disgusting, how horrible that is, blah, 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 blah. That's perfectly acceptable in our society. But if we go up to somebody that weighs 400 pounds and say anything negative about that, well, then we're fat shaming. That's horrible. How could you do that? What a terrible person you are. The obesity problem in this country, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the United States, we are the fattest country in the world. The fattest country in the world. That is a huge issue. If there was a way for us all to get in better shape and eat better and do that type of stuff, I would love to be the first one in line saying, hey, yeah, let's do this, But, that's it. But, again, there's that thing. It's okay to do this and vilify smokers and tell them how horrible we are and make them pay so much more in taxes for their cigarettes that goes to, the healthcare system. But if somebody's heavy and they have all kinds of problems because of that weight, that's the biggest drain on the healthcare system, to be honest with you, in this country right now. The biggest, and it's the fast food industry. Yeah, it's because of fast food. It's an easy, quick way for people to go out. You make that quick meal. You got the kids. You don't feel like cooking. So you go out and you get a McDonald's, it happens all the time. I'm guilty of it too. So I'm not like up on my high horse, down here, lauding and telling you all what you should do. I'm guilty of it too. A lot of times, with the kids, I'll be like, can we get a pizza? Well, guess what? Dad likes pizza too. So we'll go get a pizza, but we don't do it all the time. But, you have, anything in moderation, guys. Like, I really don't do McDonald's because it's so disgusting, to be honest with you. I like Taco Bell. I'll be honest. I love Taco Bell. But hey, Otto, I'm sorry. Um, how do you feel for blood pressure? Do you How do you off for blood pressure pills? Okay. Blow smoke at the screen. Jay Stone. Thank you very much. That's funny. What kind of smoke you blowing at the screen? As far as trying to get off a blood pressure medication, the biggest advice that I would say to anybody: change your diet. Make sure you're exercising, because most people that are on high blood pressure medication, it's because of weight issues. Honestly, I've had some issues because I've gotten too heavy here at times. I still could lose some more weight myself, but those are things that are definitely going to affect you. And if you can change your diet, eat better, and get more exercise, and bring your weight down, that's going to change your blood pressure, and you might be able to quit taking blood pressure pills altogether. So I'm on 3 blood pressure meds. Yeah, and again, like I said, some people, for the most part, it's because of weight issues. That's why people end up on blood pressure medication, because of weight issues. Now, there's other things as well, sometimes other mitigating factors that happens, but Bill Norwood said, I'm 60 pounds overweight. Well, you know what, Bill? I'm probably, let's see, I am about 215 right now. I could stand to lose 30 pounds very easily, and it would be very, very good if I did. I took some weight off since the winter, but I could definitely lose some more. Would be great. But food with GMOs causes extreme weight gain. Frank just said that. And guys, if you haven't yet, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, I definitely would appreciate that. Won't people on Section 8 become homeless during SHTF? Not really, because think about this. If it's a major SHTF situation, guys, nobody's paying rent. Nobody's going to work. No bills are getting paid. So, they're not going to go around and kick everybody out of their houses. They're just not going to do it. They're going to have way bigger fish to fry in that type of a situation. So, what I wanted to mention a couple things here real quick. The Prepper Nurse One community on preppernurse1.com. We have that community for like-minded people to meet, to get together, to share ideas and stuff like that. You have to register, but it is completely free. It doesn't cost anything. We set that up because there was a huge demand for it. People wanted a way to connect with other preppers, connect with people in their state, and to try to form groups and talk with like-minded people. So we have the Prepper Nurse One community on my website, preppernurse1.com. So if you're interested in doing that, please go and do that. The message boards are blowing up all the time. A lot of great information, and it's a great way to talk with like-minded people. I did want to mention really quickly as well, we still have the sale going on right now on the website as well, and that is going to end this Sunday. It's definitely ending Sunday. We had extended it an extra week by popular demand, and so you can save 25% off any of the legacy foods of the bucket meals. So if you're looking to add to your freeze-dried food storage, and we basically started the sale because of the whole situation with Iran in the first place, and because it's too quiet. There's not enough stuff being talked about and going on. It's kind of scary. So, so that's what's going on with that. And so if you're interested in adding to your freeze-dried food storage, that's the best way to do it. Again, go to preppernurse1.com, click on the store. Legacy will come up there, and you can save 20% off any of the bucket meals. I did want to mention one more thing. Little Prepper Lady will be doing her first live stream tonight at 9 o'clock. So if you guys are interested, go over there and check her out. She's going to be doing her first live stream. So she's going to be doing that tonight. So it's Little Prepper Lady. So definitely go and check her out tonight. So if you're interested, and if you're not, then don't. But can we get a link? Just type in Little Little Prepper and then Lady, and there's no spaces in between. It's all together. Yeah, the Bruce Lee diet: eat less and move more. Yeah, and that's what it really comes down to. A lot of it is portion sizes. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, I am so guilty of it. I love to eat. absolutely, I love to eat. I'm not going to lie. Italian food is my favorite. I absolutely love Italian food, and I should have been Italian, but I'm not. But and some Italian food is very, very fattening. But it's fun. So I love food. I'm not going to lie. So being more active here on the homestead really helps. And the funny part about that is, like, in the wintertime, it's a lot more downtime. So you're a lot more lethargic, you're not doing as much, and you eat more. Well, a lot of times during the day when I'm out and about and I'm doing stuff, I don't eat at all until later. And so, but that's, oh, I love bacon. Yeah, bacon and eggs on Saturday. The rest of the week is, I love my bacon as well. I'm not going to lie, I love bacon. I did stop walking for right now, Jessica, because I was really been focusing on stuff here around the homestead, but I do plan on getting back into it. Even if I do it at least 3 days a week, I'm definitely going to get back into walking. I was up to 4 miles, and so I'm going to get back into that. With the warmer weather, I can get out there in shorts and stuff like that, or sweatpants. So I definitely will be doing that. But it definitely made me feel a lot better when I was out walking. But I just had so much stuff going on here that we were focusing on that realistically I just did not have the time to get out there and walk. So, and I'm going to give a shout out to my moderators who are absolutely awesome. They keep on top of stuff, and they get this. I've seen the spam or the porn bots have been out again tonight. So thank you, moderators, for staying on top of stuff and keeping things clean. I really do appreciate it. So they do an awesome job. And for that, we're going to give a toast to JJ with some green tea. Yeah, fast food is not affordable anymore. You're right about that, George. It is definitely not affordable. Yeah, cutting portions down is definitely helps. Oh, excuse me, guys. I apologize. Do I lift weights? Jenna, I don't. I used to back in the day. I used to be really hardcore into lifting weights. But, with like when doing the wood and picking up wood and all that type of stuff, it definitely keeps you in better shape. I've always had once I got out of my teenage years and I went into the military at 19 at 142 pounds. In basic training, most people lose weight. I gained 7 pounds. So came out of basic training at 149 pounds. Then after I got out of the service, then I got into weightlifting. And I was up to like 175, but I had a 30.5-inch waistline, and I was like jacked. I mean, my freaking arms were huge, and I worked out all the time. And 142 is tiny, especially at 6 foot. So I was a string bean. Well, you see my son Eddie, okay, tall and skinny. That was me. I was the same exact way. So, when I went back to nursing school, I was 174 pounds when I went to nursing school at 29. I put 20 pounds on that year because I focused on studying, and I graduated at 194. And since that point, 30 is about the magic number age where your body changes, and it says, it's not going to be like it was when you're in your 20s anymore. So you really have to focus on, trying to do better. I've been back down to 185 a couple times, but I'm a husky boy, 300 pounds at 6'5". Well, 6'5" is a big boy to begin with. So you probably carry it pretty well, but probably 250 would probably be a better weight for you, I'm sure. I ate baked salmon and cottage cheese for breakfast. That's a good meal right there. I love cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is great. I gained 11 pounds in boot camp, started at 129. Hey, Bill. Yeah, I mean, it was like, and we ate, oh my God, you'd get into that cafeteria and it was just chow, chow, chow. I mean, that's what we did. We absolutely just chowed out. Yeah, 5'10", 280. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as you get older, it sucks to get that weight off more. But I'll tell you what, I know just the difference. Like I hit 227 over the winter, okay? And just being 12 pounds lighter, I can feel the difference in the way I sleep, just the way I feel. It makes a huge, huge difference. So I know as I continue to try to get more of this weight off, and if I get that weight off, I'm going to feel that much better. And I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it. Yeah, so if you're hiking, if you're in the heat and your appetite shrinks, you're absolutely right. And then just push your water. Drink a lot of water. If you hydrate with water, you're going to feel more full, and it makes a big difference. But no fast food here. I just need to work out. Hey, that's okay. If you know what, admitting it is the first step. Doing something about it. I always say actions speak louder than words. Get out there and do it. And like I said, I'm the same way. So I need to focus myself. I need to get back into walking. I'm not. Yeah, somebody said beer. Yeah, for me, I'm not a big drinker, but I do like to have a beer, especially if it's hot. So salty snacks, they're really good too. Yep. 5'8", 345. Wow. Take care of your health there, Hyde, because you know what are porn bots? It's just they put up porn links. It's bots that come in and they throw up porn links all the time, and my moderators are on top of them. They're getting rid of them pretty much as soon as they come up. So that's what that's all about, and they do it to everybody. So it's just another game that gets played. You would think that YouTube would be on top of that instead of doing censorship for everybody all the time. But so that's why I have moderators. You definitely need to have moderators. And hey, Thomas Turner, for live drawings. Oh, there you go. That's not. Oh, wow. Oh, and thank you. Geez, that's huge. Thank you very much. Thank you for that donation. That's huge. Yeah, you know what? We could probably do something like that. Definitely do something like that. What do we got here? Yeah, that's a huge donation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I just want everybody to know, and I've talked about this before, when you guys donate to me, that goes back into the property here and keeps us doing what we're doing. I just, I mean, I can't even think when the last time I took a vacation. I've been focusing on raising my kids for so long. And a couple years ago, we went down to South Carolina and visited my buddy Reese. That's when me and the kids went down there, and that was a nice time. We had a really nice time with that one. Oh, drinking diet soda. Yeah, that's so bad for you all the time. If you can drink water instead of pop and stuff like that, it's definitely much better for you. Oh, give away silver coins. You know what? That's not a bad idea. That would be something. Yep. Bike ride to Vegas. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a nice. I'll tell you what, it's beautiful out there. Riding out there was absolutely awesome. When I went for that and did that motorcycle tour last year, it was definitely awesome. I replaced my preps with water. I lost 20 pounds. Yeah, well, I'm talking. Yeah, if you, like I said, if you stop drinking pop, there's so much sugar in pop. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Even diet pop, there's still a lot of sugar in that. And it's so bad for you. And as I sit here drinking my green tea, right? But I like my green tea. But I'm not a huge pop person. If I drink a pop a day, it might be a lot. But, pushing fluids is definitely I'll give away a case of Bix. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, we could start doing stuff like that. We could do giveaways. I definitely need to do another giveaway. So, yeah, I definitely want to do that for sure. The aspartame in diet pop is freaking poison. You're right. Absolutely, you are 100% right. What I have to do, like with my son Eddie, I have to limit him to 2 pops. I have to limit him to 2 pops a day because he would drink a 12-pack of pop a day if I let him. So I limit him to 2 pops, and that's what he can have. And then he can have whatever else. He drinks water all the time, and he'll do that a lot too. So yeah, wells are more reliable. And what the best part about wells is they don't have fluoride in the water in wells, and that's what I like about having a well. Yeah, I know it's pop up here, and in the south it's soda. So, Moon Goddess said, "I drink unsweetened tea, much better for you." Yeah, but I like my sweet tea. If I'm going to have tea, like if I go to like Taco Bell or something like that, and they have usually have sweet tea and unsweetened tea. I always drink the sweet tea. It's awesome. My daughter says soda, and me and her, she'll come in. I got to tell you guys, you'll love this. They're at their mom's tonight, so that's why they're not here. But so my daughter says she'll come in and she'll go, "Dad, can I have a soda?" And I'll go, "I don't have any soda." And then she'll go, "Oh, can I have a pop?" And I go, "You sure can." I keep it in here, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not because I don't trust my kids. I don't trust Eddie, but because of Eddie, I have to keep it under control because, like I said, he would go nuts. So we keep the pop in here, and that's So Heather can have as much as she wants because she doesn't drink that much. So but Eddie, like I said, he would drink as much as I would let him have, and so we have to keep him under control. So peach and pineapple cold tea. I never heard of that one. I'm sure that sounds good. Man, I am sweating. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is warm. It is definitely warm. Wow. I only drink a soda like once a year. I hate how bad it makes me burp. Well, yeah, I hear you. With pop, for me, it's like I used to drink, regular Coke, and then we switched to Diet Coke. And I can't drink a regular Coke. It is just so freaking sweet. It's just nasty. So, that's. I'll tell you what. You give up sugar, you'll see the weight come off then. And then, see, there's my weakness too. I love my sweets. That's a huge, huge problem for me. I definitely love my sweets, so that's always going to be an issue. Guys, if you haven't done so, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate that. So again, thank you ahead of time. We're at 295 right now. Let's see if we can get it up to 400 by the time we jump off of here. I used to keep Dr. Pepper in business. That's funny. Yeah, Heather likes Dr. Pepper too. I think that is the most nastiest drink. I think it's disgusting, but everything will kill you. Might as well live in. Yeah, well, you know what, Little Pepper Lady's right. Everything's killing you. But again, I think that anything in moderation, as long as we stick to moderation, it's definitely much better for us. Enjoy life, have a good time, but again, exercise and taking care of yourself, making sure you're getting proper rest. Those things are really, really important. Really, really important. Yes, I know you Yankees in Iowa call soda pop. LOL. Yeah, I know. Well, it's a northern thing. Well, I'm in New York, so some people call it pop here. Some people call it soda. But for the most part, up here in New York, it's pop. I don't know why. It's just what we call it. In Massachusetts, it's soda. That's funny. That's funny, JJ. Switch from pop to bong water. Oh, awesome. That's good for you. So, but anyway, guys, it's just going back to the whole situation with Iran right now. Definitely keep an eye on things. Pay attention to the news. Remember, though, here's the biggest thing to remember. When you're paying attention to the news, I'm an LPN. Yep, Google now, I'm an LPN. 25 years. So when the news is feeding us what they want us to see, they're not telling us the whole story all the time. So we're never, ever going to get the whole story when it comes to what's going on. So you have to look at it, pay attention, and kind of just see what's happening out there and kind of discern. Read through the is probably the best way to say it. A lot of BS out there. Again, they're spinning it the way they want us to see it. So like when people get the news about in the U.S. from like the UK, for an example, they're getting a whole different spin on stuff than what we're getting here in the United States. Same for Canada. They're getting a whole different spin than we are here in the United States. So, again, there's an agenda. They want you to steer you a certain way, and that's what they're going to do. And so, I heard LPN, not the licensed vocational nurse. That's a California thing. LPN is what I am, not an RN. So I was a CNA for 5 years, and then I went back to school and became an LPN. That's why I'm Prepper Nurse 1. And 25 years I've been an LPN. Yeah, all those news channels, they, yep, licensed practical nurse, yep. So um, all those news channels, they're given a script. It's all controlled by certain people. Hey, Vincent, I just bought a 5-gallon water cooler at Walmart to add to my preps. Very cool. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys, we're at 334 on the thumbs up. Can we hit 400 before we jump off here tonight? So if you haven't hit me up yet with a thumbs up, please do so. Oh, cream soda? Oh, cream soda is nasty. Sorry, but I just have to be honest. Can't do cream soda. Cannot do cream soda. Any cats in the room? Okay, well, I got to show you. So my daughter is with her mom, and so is Eddie. So I have, there's Miss Bella. She is up my butt when she is not with Heather. If Heather's here, that cat will never be in here. She's always with Heather. And then over there is Maxie. So, yep, always got cats in here with me. And a bunch of the cats are outside right now. Otherwise, I'd probably have more on the bed. I'd probably have socks up here as well. But, yeah, Bella is our big girl. She is 18 pounds. She's 9 years old now. So I know when Heather goes off to college, Miss Bella will be with me a lot. But Heather's already talking. Well, when I'm done with college, she said, I'm going to take Bella. I'm taking Bella with me. I said, that's fine, you can. She goes, can I take Soxy too? And I said, well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens at that time. But I would let her take Sox and Bella because those are two cats that would never care if they went inside or out ever again. All the other cats, no, it's not raining anymore. It stopped raining. So the other cats are, indoor, outdoor all the time. But Bella and Sox could care less. Now, Sox is out right now. But as long as you gave her love, she would never care if she went out again. So, that's, but she's a good cat. They're both good. All of my cats are good cats. What am I talking about? I like all my animals. Like my puppies. I got good puppies. So, and I like my chickens. They're so funny. I can't even begin to tell you how I really, really like having them. How many cats do I have? I have 8 cats. 8 cats, 2 dogs, and 11 chickens. And eventually we will have goats here as well, and also meat rabbits down the road as well. So, yeah, I like my animals. I really, really do. Chickens are a lot of fun. Chickens are a lot of fun. Very enjoyable. Just sit there and watch them. It's amazing. Yeah, no mice. You are absolutely right about that. We have no mice, no chipmunks, no squirrels, very few birds. So, Bill says, I have 10 cats and 1 dog and a bird. I couldn't do a bird. I could not do a bird, but I definitely, like I said, I like my dogs, like my cats. I'm more of a cat person, I'll be honest. I like my cats a whole lot more. I want to remind everybody, too, at 9 o'clock, Little Prepper Lady is doing her first live stream. So once my show is done, and I'm going to go over too, and we'll show her some support. So, definitely please do that because it's her first one. So we'll see how she does. But so she's on there. She's going to be on tonight at 9 o'clock. So she's going to start her live stream. 3 male cats, all named Tom. Oh, that's funny. What do you know, George Foreman, who named all of his sons George? Is that the craziest thing you ever heard about? I think George Foreman has like 8 sons, and he named every one of his sons George. And then like his daughters are like Georgina. I mean, now that's a narcissistic individual, very, very narcissistic. Let's see. What causes the IBS that millions of people suffer from? Again, it could be the food that they're eating. It could be the stress level in their lives. Those things definitely make a big difference in how you are. I know that, like, here's an example, and I mean, I'm not trying to be all graphic and stuff, but if I'm really stressed out, I have a tendency to have diarrhea if I'm really, really stressed. And I think it affects everybody differently. So, it definitely. Yeah, we're at 394 on the thumbs up, guys. If you haven't hit me up yet, please do so we can jump that up over 400 before the show's over. And also, guys, too, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the bell icon so you get updates. I do my live streams 3 days a week. I do them Sunday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I also, like I said, do videos every single day. So, and again, if my regular subscribers, if you're check your bell notifications to make sure that you guys are actually getting notified, because you know how YouTube is playing a lot of games, and unfortunately, but so a couple things we got to do here before we jump off this show. You know, I talk about a lot how we are Legion. We are Legion because we are many. Okay. We are a huge prepping family, off-grid family, all over the world, all over the country. And so we're this huge family. And I think a lot of people don't give us credit for how much true power we all have. Because when the time comes, when everything goes completely south, we are going to be the ones that make a difference. We really, truly will be. Okay. So that being said, we got to do it. Where's everybody from here tonight? Got to show me where you guys are all from so everybody can see. Did you know the demons name themselves Legion? It's in a movie. It's a freaking movie. But Legion is many. That's, the Roman legions. Okay, we got Wichita, Kansas, Arizona, New Jersey, Texas, Alabama, South Central Florida. Oh, God, it's going so fast. New Jersey, near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Augusta, Georgia, Maryland, Florida, Virginia, South Carolina, Maine, Georgia, Australia. I saw New Zealand, Canada, Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina, Mobile, Alabama, Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, let's see, Southwest Florida, South Central Pennsylvania, Texas, Pluto, yeah, okay, Houston, Vermont, Colorado Springs, Reno, Nevada, New Mexico, California, Pennsylvania again, Florida, East Tennessee, Mississippi, Colorado Springs again, Orlando, Clover, South Carolina, Long Island, Australia, Oklahoma, Alaska. So we're this huge family, guys. We are so many of us out there. We can all make such a difference in people's lives when the time comes. And I think that that's important, especially the kids, because it's not the kids. There's Utah, Erie, Pennsylvania, Newcastle, Indiana, Washington State. Let's see. Lancaster, South Carolina, Los Angeles, California, Ohio, Idaho, Detroit, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Mother Russia. There you go. Now, here's something, guys, I wanted to talk about real quick before we jumped off here, too. When I did my video and I was talking about California and the earthquakes and stuff like that, there was a lot of negativity, and a lot of people are eyes up. Well, I have a tendency, I'm looking down here at the chat instead of over here, so that's why my eyes are over there. But there was a lot of negativity about the whole California thing, and people saying, "Oh, I hope it drops into the ocean," and all this type of stuff. I want people to remember, so much of our food in this country comes from California. Okay, California on its own is the fifth largest economy in the world by itself. California. So all the people wishing for California to drop into the ocean, that's not the way you should be. You shouldn't think like that. Now, I understand there's a lot of liberalism in California, but the entire state is not liberal, okay? Just like I live in New York, okay? Once you get out of the cities, once you're away from Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo, New York City, once you're Long Island, once you're away from those areas, there's a lot of very conservative people in this state, okay? And it's the same thing in California. There's a lot of, and not all liberals are bad. Let's be honest. Not all liberals are bad, okay? But when people take things to the extreme, obviously that's an issue. But California, they're a big part of what this country is. So I really, yeah, Northern California has been trying for years to break from Southern California, and it's the same thing in New York. We would love to break away from New York City because all upstate New York, most of our tax dollars goes down to support New York City, and I think that's ridiculous. Our tax dollars should stay up here to support us up here. So, no, and I'm not saying everybody was saying that they wished them to fall into the ocean, but a lot of people did say that. So, again, I wanted people to realize that, that's a really negative way of looking at things. And so, and California is part of our country too, and there's a lot of good people in California. A lot of good people in California. Just San Francisco float away. Well, you know what? I can't disagree with you about San Francisco. I was out there last fall, and San Francisco is a freaking cesspool. I mean, a cesspool. And I'm sure there's a lot of good people in California, but the drug problem that they have there, the homelessness that they have there, it's very, very bad. Very, very bad. So, that being said, what can you do? But I just wanted to put that out there about California. Not all Californians are bad. So, and like I said, not all liberals are bad. Liberalism has gotten a very, very bad connotation because of the extremists in liberalism. But, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And not all conservatives are super far right either. Okay. So, like I said, I'm more central, I guess. I'm an independent thinker. I have some conservative views. I have some liberal views. So, and I just call myself a free thinker. I don't label myself in any one category, but I don't like a lot of the stuff one party does, and I don't like stuff that the other party does. So, legion is also a quantity. Exactly. Well, the Roman legions, they had legions. So they were not demonic. So when I say we are legion, it's because we are many. We preppers are many. So anyway, guys, it is that time. So we're going to jump off here. And if you haven't at this point yet, if you could shoot me that last thumbs up, see how high we could get that number before we sign off, I would appreciate it. I'm a humanist. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, James. I believe in treating people the way we want to be treated. I'm a big believer in that. I believe that we need to be decent to each other. And I that's what I try to do. Treat people the way I want to be treated, and it comes back to you. It really, truly does. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to sign off here. If you haven't yet, go check out Little Prepper Lady. She's doing her first live stream tonight. So let's give her some good support. Again, thank you to all my moderators. You guys are awesome. You guys that follow the channel, you guys that come on here for the live streams and stuff, you guys are awesome as well. I appreciate all of you. I truly do. You guys are fantastic. You're the reason why I do what I do. And I really enjoy sharing with everybody, and I love talking with you guys, and it's great. And so anyway, guys, remember, it's really important. We are all in this together, okay? So let's work out and support each other and try to help each other when we can, especially when the worst comes. We have to work together as a group, as a family. Let's try to help each other out. Also, guys, remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really, really important to tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. Tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow could be gone, and we just don't know, okay? Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the... I'm sorry, I'm going blank here. Also, remember STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals to accomplishing what you want to accomplish is yourself. Nobody else can stop you guys, okay? Stay focused, stay happy, stay away from negative people. They just want to bring you down. That's all they want. They enjoy. They get their jollies off of it. So stay focused. I will see you guys all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I hope you had a great 4th of July, okay? I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.